Hello, if you are new around here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Hedi Shah. I'm a body worker and a mindfulness teacher, and I support humans to break free from the construct of today's society so they can create their unconditioned lives. They can turn setbacks into strength, trust their bodies, and experience greater vitality and creativity. We do that through the magics of mindfulness, functional strength training, and postural alignment. This video is part of a three-part mobility video series that supports you into having the tools and the exercises necessary to be able to improve your mobility and go beyond just stretching and very much prioritizing your ability to control the joint in the body and having that mind-body connection. In today's video, I'm taking you through a mobility session for almost every single joint in your upper body except the spine, because we covered the spine in the previous video last week.
After getting our spine warmed up and regain mobility in the spine, now we're coming up to standing and get our neck moving. So from the side, we slowly drop the chin down, find that nice length in the neck, coming down, slowly coming to the side. Again, like how you did on the spine, on the T-spine movement, going one vertebra at a time, thinking as if you're drawing a circle with your chin, slowly going towards the other shoulder, slowly bring the chin down towards the shoulder, and then coming down. So going to the other side, nice and controlled. Make sure that the tongue rests on the roof of your mouth. Your jaw is nice and relaxed. Go slow, controlled. Obviously, I highly recommend sticking with the range that feels comfortable, the range that you can control, because when we have a range that is painful, it's really hard for the brain to regain control over it. Nice and controlled. Make sure the spine is not moving, the shoulders are not moving, the rib is not flaring up. If you want to make this a little bit harder for yourself, if you're a little bit more advanced, what you can do is stare at the spot in front of you and keep the eyes nicely nailed in the front as you're moving the neck. So that is a powerful experience, an exercise for so many, because we teach our eyes and our neck to move independently from one another. And that really supports our neck mobility, our overall vision strength, expands our peripheral vision. One last one. Keep your shoulders nice and soft. Let's move on to shoulder rotation. So the palms of your hands are facing up. I want you to imagine that you've got an object in your hand. You're creating a nice, strong fist. If you have a physio ball, you can definitely hold on to a physio ball. Arms fully straight. We're slowly coming up. Imagine there's a midline right here. We're rubbing against that midline, going as high up as you can, and then slowly begin internally rotate, coming down, nice and control. And we're going as far back as possible. And then as we maintain that internal rotation, as you observe the back of my hand is pointing towards my hip, slowly going as far back as possible, opening up to the side into external rotation. Pave the same path. Again, we're coming up to our midline, coming down nice and controlled. So from the side, it looks like that. So I'm coming up, rubbing against that midline, nice and controlled. I go as high up as possible without feeling any tension. That might be this for you, and that's okay. So I go as high up as possible according to the range that I've got access to. Internal rotation, and we're going as far back as possible. You might feel some heat building up in your shoulder joint, and that's exactly how we're building strength in our joints. Slowly going back, external rotation, coming up, nice and controlled, rubbing against that midline. And again, we're going up, rubbing against that midline as high up as you can. Elbow remains straight, we're not bending it. Internal rotation, slowly going back as far back as we can. Slowly coming down to the side. Slowly going back until we hit that extension limit. Opening up through the shoulder. Slowly coming back. Again, meeting that midline, rubbing against it, coming down and in. We're slowly going back up, rubbing against that midline. Internal rotation. Going as far back as we can. Ideally, be observant of where your eyes are at. Can you keep your eyes consistent rather than feeling that your eyes are all over the place? Opening up, make sure that you're staying at your shoulder range, you're not moving the neck. Slowly coming all the way up. Again, rubbing against the midline, slowly coming down. So we're going to the other side, going as high up as possible, slowly internally rotate. If you just woken up from your sleep and this is the first thing you're doing in the morning, then you want to go a little bit gentler, maybe with less control. But if you're doing this as a warm-up for your strength training session, you can go pretty hardcore, use it as a warm-up for your strength training session. These shoulder cars, or generally like the mobility exercises that we're going through today, can be such a beautiful addition to your warm-up sessions. Let's say if you're doing upper body, you can do the upper body shoulder cars, upper body mobility exercises that is given to you today as your warm-up. If you do lower body, the same thing. You can use that as a way of warming your joint. And you might even notice that you have better strength, better depth in the movement, better control over the movement. Once again, you might feel a little bit confused by the movement, but trust me, after only a couple of times of trying these, you can start really learning the mechanics of it. Trust yourself and keep moving the joint with as much control as you can. We're finishing up the last rep here. Slow, controlled, paving the same path, coming down. Beautiful. Now we're getting to move our scapula. I sit in this position so you can really observe clearly. You can obviously do this standing if that is more comfortable for you. Again, make a nice strong fist. If you have the physio ball, hold on and squeeze that physio ball nice and strong, so you're creating a lot of intrinsic force. We're slowly going up towards the ears, coming down towards the spine, towards the bum, and reaching, moving that shoulder blade away from the spine. And then we're coming down towards the spine, up towards the ears, reaching away. Up towards the ears, down. Think about you're drawing a circle towards the spine, towards the bum, nice and smooth out. Again, coming down towards the bum, back towards the spine, up towards the ears, away from the spine. So for those of you who tend to be having a lot of tension going on your traps, that this exercise tend to be all in the neck, what you can do is just let the arm hang on the side. Do the same thing. Up towards the ears, going back towards the spine, down towards the bum. It's a very gentle movement, as you can see that. And then reaching away. Again, down towards the bum, towards the spine, up towards your ears, away from the spine. So we always want to do this as pain-free as possible, right? So that's why this is an option. Up towards the ears, back towards the spine, down towards your bum, away from the spine. Down towards the bum, towards the spine, up towards the ears, and nice and away. Beautiful. Going to the other side, arms reaching or by your side, whatever that you choose, up towards the ears, down towards the spine, down towards the butt, nice and reach. So up towards the ears, towards the spine, down towards the bum, nice and reach. Down towards the bum, towards the spine, up towards your ears, nice and away. Up towards your ear, towards the spine, down towards the bum, nice and reach. Down towards the bum, towards the spine, up towards your ears, reach. Keep that going for 2 more. Down. One last one. Up towards the ears, towards the spine, down and away. Down towards the bum, towards the spine, up towards your ears, and nice and away. Now we're focusing on our elbow mobility. So have your elbows nicely attached to your body, and we're slowly coming up, palms facing up, coming all the way up, almost as if you're doing a bicep curl. And then using your elbow to internally rotate and coming down, nice and controlled. Take your time. And then we're slowly coming up, nice and controlled, moving through thick air, slowly using the elbow to externally rotate and come down. Take your time. So slowly going up, taking your time, nice and controlled, internally rotating. Beautiful, coming down. In the bottom, we're going to pause because now we're changing direction. We're opening up in the bottom, slowly going up, and then slowly coming down. Internally rotate, take your time. Going up, nice and controlled. Slowly going down, as far down as you can. Letting the elbow initiate the movement, opening up, going up, nice and controlled. Coming down, nice and controlled. This is your last time. Internally rotate. Using the elbow to do that rather than getting distracted with your forearm or your wrist, slowly coming down. Opening up last time. Beautiful work. Rest. Now we're going for wrist mobility. Slowly going out, coming down, slowly coming to the side, coming all the way up. Nice and controlled. Now we're going towards the little fingers, down, all the way down, opening up to the side. Nice and controlled. So the way you want to think about it is, think about you've got an expensive object on your forearm. And as soon as you rotate the forearm, you're lost at that object, right? It's the same thing. We want to make sure that we're only sticking to the range of motion of the wrist and we're not using the elbow or the shoulders to support us here. Nice and control. Going the other direction. Beautiful. This is really good for those of you who have tired wrist, have a lot of tension on your wrist. Make sure that the forearm is not rotating in. That can feel a lot for some of you. Nice and controlled. Whew, the slower you go, the more tension you actually build because you're forcing your brain to work on those specific joints. We're building a lot of new tissues and muscles to support that joint. And more importantly, we're creating that neuromuscular control, letting the brain control the body and be aware of the body. Beautiful.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you check out the free resource 5 Lifestyle Guide to Becoming More Human down below in the description box. You will get beautiful in-depth guide into understanding the basics of nutrition, sleep, movement, and so much more. And please support the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing so I can continue creating more of these for you.